The conventions of a thriller film would include dark dramatic music and a clear protagonist and antagonist with probably a plot twist at the end. You'd also be set in a city probably to kind of set the mood and get that kind of ambience going, quite dark and grungy. There would also be a few critical plot scenes that are full of action that would be important to the plot and would change quite a few things. We would probably have a plot twist in one towards the end, where they reveal a certain character or moment in someone's lives. The protagonist would probably learn something by the end of the film and grow as a person.
Thrillers conventions would probably include a setting which would involve abandoned buildings or wood to set a dark atmosphere. You'd have props such as guns, knives, weapons, general killing instruments. Music could include building up into a crescendo, which means the notes sort of gradually build up, making more suspense. And then diminuendo, maybe try and break it down, like building the notes out of it, like creating suspense in a different way. You could also use drums, orchestral music, or even just like a sort of quiet guitar in the background to make it sound eerie. You could also use characters, no specific amount of characters, just quite evil ones, quite devilish costumes. You could use quite dark character costumes like jackets.
In a thriller film, I expect to see it to be quite dark and it to be set in like a secluded area, so that there's not like lots of people about, and so it adds to the tension of the whole film. And I expect the characters to be like mysterious, and for it not necessarily to make much sense, at least at the start.
I think that the conventions of thriller films mostly resist around dark settings, loud, jumpy music, I don't know, edgy, suspicious characters possibly. They also have a really gory setting sometimes and quite a dark storyline, as well as thrillers just being, in general, quite get under your skin, almost like parasitic. So, I don't know, the main things about horror films and thrillers is the fact that it has to be scary. And you have to be, I don't know, at least on the edge of your seat and about ready to jump off at the slight sound of like a crow under the window.